evaluator. I'll be giving my assessment at the end of the meeting, but until then, I'm just going to introduce the evaluators. So the first evaluator is for the speech for Jim, and that is going to be Grace. Grace?
Today I'll be doing the evaluation for Jim's speech, Krakatoa, the volcano heard around the world. And I just want to start by saying that I really appreciated the privilege of being able to hear your speech today, not only hearing, but learning from your speech today. And I want to talk about the things that I really enjoyed about the speech first. I think that you gave a really captivating entry. The speech started with a really gripping hook, and I'm sure everybody felt the same way. You said, imagine a sound and imagine a force so powerful, which kind of compelled us not only to listen to your speech, but to feel and kind of imagine the scenario that you were giving to us. And I felt that it really pulled us in from the very start. And even the statistics that you kind of gave in your introduction, like the shockwave went around the world 3 times. The statistic was framed not only in a very informative way, but in like this kind of awe-inspiring way that kind of combined your introduction, making it like a narrative, but also like this combination of narrative as well as data made the start of your speech like very compelling. And then you brought us into your body, where you were giving more of the informative aspects of your speech, describing how tectonic plates work, how a volcano would be formed. And I was really impressed by how you were able to make all this like scientific research very easy to understand, just like how Hong was saying. You made a complex topic very easy to understand. There was a lot of science to your speech, but it was also very digestible. There was not a lot of jargon overload. The audience didn't really need to be experts to understand this new topic that you're bringing to them. And I will say that the research was definitely solid. We could definitely tell that you were well learned and you were a professional in this field. And I also wanted to talk about the presentation. Out of the speeches today, you're the only one who made a PowerPoint presentation. I thought that was a very great sort of visual aid to the presentation. You were able to show a lot of also very compelling photos that helped us understand the massiveness of this tragedy that kind of occurred. Something that I think that you could challenge yourself on is, I did notice the effort to maintain eye contact. You would point to the screen and then make a very great effort to look at everybody in the eye. But something that I did notice was you held on to your tablet very closely, and you would be very consistently looking at your tablet, pointing to the screen, and then finally pointing to the audience. Well, something that I could challenge you with, you did talk about your speech being a TED Talk. Something that I feel that a lot of TED Talk speakers do is first of all, you don't need the notes. You are very well learned in the subject. You can put the notes down, let the presentation guide you, and walk around the screen and be able to point to the information that you're presenting to us. And overall, I thought it was a great speech with a lot of clarity, a lot of passion, and I think we all felt that. Just something to consider for better improvement would be maybe putting down the notes. Thank you.
That was a very thorough evaluation. I'm sure you got a lot of value. Thank you. All right, so we're going to move on to our next evaluator, and that's going to be Elliot for Helen's.
Learning, Never Too Late, Never Easy, by Helen. She started off her speech by having the subject within, by explaining what her speech was. So she gave us a little background so we could figure out. She talked about always learning. She came up with 3 ideas: having a growth mindset, overcoming the fear of, and she explained that. She talked about snorkeling in her kids, and how you can jump in the fear and you just overcome when it happens. But she said learning is important to us, very important to us. Interesting contrast at the end. Technology, some jobs go away. She talked about having to lay somebody off. They lost their job because of technology. But then she came back with learning is good. Something you like, pick that if you want to learn something. Pick something that's nice. New things stretch your brain, so your brain power will continue to grow no matter how old you become. And the challenges I found in listening to the speech is, it was too soft. You spoke up here and you couldn't hear what's going on. You have a tendency to rub your hands, is how you use them. And when you don't rub your hands, they work in unison. It's an amazing fact. You can use this one and this one doesn't go anyplace. So it's okay to realize they are independent of each other, and it adds more emphasis to your speech. We lost your eye contact because you're reading your speech for 3/4 of it. You're constantly looking at your notes. You're very, very clever because you just glance down at the notes and then you come back up. But it loses the contact, so people can't see you and they realize you're reading it, you're really not giving it. In the past speeches you've given, you didn't have that issue because you felt more comfortable. I think you felt more prepared in the past than maybe this time, so you read a lot more than you have done it in the past. You have an accent. Use it to your advantage. Slow down. You have an accent, you have to enunciate clearly, slowly, and you have to slow down. It becomes an asset. Why? Because the sound is different. In the ear of most people, it's not a sound they hear, that type of an accent. Doesn't matter whether it's French, it's Chinese, it's German, even English. The English is different than the American English. And most of us know that. I thought it was a good speech. You came along well. I think you have great enthusiasm in the speech, real zeal for your speech and presenting it to everybody. But again, I would look at the point of speaking loudly and clearly, vocal variety, not being so soft. A number of us have that challenge. Wake the crowd up in case they're asleep. Get them enthused with what you're doing. We enjoyed it. We liked it. Keep going with it. Appreciate it.
That's pretty clever of you in the beginning. I thought you had a cold or something. That threw me off. Yeah, you demonstrated it. My goodness. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, what yourself. Yeah, that was great advice once again. Elliot is the master at giving evaluations, so he's the go-to. And we will do the third evaluator, and that will, okay, that'd be me. Okay, I'll just stand here, and I'll be doing the evaluation for Puesa. Well, I will tell you this. I was blown away by your speech. Because when you give a speech, I look for things in terms of how you speak, your delivery, your structure, and I know a lot about you because of your speech. Not just the content, but the way you delivered it, your ideas, everything. And it was a fantastic speech. I enjoyed every minute of it. The first part was great because you asked a question to us about if we knew ourselves. And it was very provocative in a way because we weren't expecting that. And it made us think. And you grabbed us right in to understand what you were trying to do with your speech. And I just thought that was brilliant, how you did it. I thought the way you pronounced your words are very clear. You have a very crisp, clear voice. You don't need a microphone. You can stand here and you can speak and you'd be just fine. And I saw the comfort level was very, very good for you. You weren't nervous. this is your first speech. I thought you would jitter a little bit. You weren't jittering. You felt in command of the podium. And I knew right then that it's like, okay, she's very comfortable. She speaks very clearly. She pretty much is going to knock it out of the park, and you did. And you gave a twist in the end where we had to draw a flower, and then you said the 14 different flowers in different perspective. I thought that was just amazing, because that's something that's we haven't really done in this club. So this is the first thing we've seen, and that's kind of different. But it was great because it exactly accomplished what your speech wanted to give, and that is that you are unique. You're a person that has something to offer. You shouldn't be taking rules and following the rules, because that takes away from your individuality. And I thought that just the way you did it was just perfect. And it was flawless execution. Now, if I were to go ahead and say challenges, it's just minor challenges. It's the first speech. It was just a little bit of the eye contact, scanning the room a little bit, and just trying to make sure that you can see that everybody can have sort of your eyes and whatnot. I saw that you were looking at certain parts. I was kind of right there as well. That's just a minor part. And then a little bit of the vocal variety in terms of certain aspects of your family, like your father going to Mexico, your mother. If you would enunciate words that would emit that emotion you felt, the pain or the joy, that would give your speech a little bit more oomph. And then it was the hand gestures. Normally when you do a speech, especially when it's a little bit more emotional, you want your hand gestures to be in unison with your body, with your mouth. Like, it's almost like you're in one motion. Your hands are speaking for you as well as you giving the speech. So then we can really feel how you felt in that moment, and it's almost like we're there. So those are the three minor things. But other than that, what a job. Listen, that was a leadoff home run. You were the first at the plate and first pitch, and you just killed it. So congratulations, great speech. Thank you very much.
I feel so much steel.
Yeah. Oh, darn it, I forgot the word. I thought I was gonna do the word. Okay. Well, I am the general evaluator, so let me give my assessment for the meeting. Or, pardon me, we're gonna do the
Votation.
the votes over the time.
For the
Yeah.
evaluation.
The time evaluation.
And then
Here's the hat.
Sorry about that. Time report, yeah.
Grace, 3 minutes 39 seconds. Elliot, 3 minutes 6 seconds. Owen, 3 minutes 12 seconds.
All right, everybody qualifies? So we are going to vote, and then,
Oh, it's for evaluator?
I will give,
Oh, okay.
oh, yes, that's right. My apologies.
You are cool.
Everybody voted in? Okay, so I screwed it up a little bit, so we're gonna do reports from the different roles. So we're gonna start off with odd counter, and that's gonna be Ellie.
okay. Just sitting down. I didn't find any. I didn't hear anything at all. Yeah. Billy, no filler words.
Wow.
Joy, 2
Okay.
These are all for the tabletop speaker, okay?
Okay.
Grace, 1 and double word in. Brady, 2 Puresa, 2 and 1 As far as the speakers, Jim is just double wording repeats of the 4. Puresa, Helen, it's 3 so's. Puresa, 3 so, 1 and 1 but. What else? Okay, icebreaker, nothing, gosh. Owen, as a general evaluator, not yet, we're not done yet with you. Usually I love Jim, evaluator for Jim, Grace, no filler words. Or sounds. Elliot, always 0. And, okay, Owen, just 1 for the evaluation for Pureza, just 1 so. That's it.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
giving you a break.
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go to our next, and that's going to be the grammarian, and that will be, yeah.
We have 2 people, congratulations, that used the word zeal. I'm so zeal for you guys. It's Brady, used it twice.
Nice, Brady.
Paressa, she sneaked it in last minute. I had so much zeal. Yes, you got it. So I didn't find any improper grammar uses. I wish I caught some, but I haven't gotten any. So I love some quotes and thoughts and words and saying that I really like. For Billy, he worked 3 jobs. He was a mechanic, financial. He made sushis, and he wants to be famous for being a good father. And he just did a pet talk about believing in yourself. I thought it was really great. Joy, the only way to get out is through. I thought that was very inspirational. And that the help that I need to make a difference in other people's lives. And that's, very good. I love those words. For Grace, she mentions about ice cream. And people like a different stage of being. I thought that was an interesting word. People like a different stages of being. And you have a lot of ways to describe ice cream in describing yourself. I thought that was very interesting. Brady, everyone has a coming of age. Wow.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did. And mirror our own story. I thought that was interesting. I could be a Pinocchio. Parissa, I like to pick his brain. I had that thought, pick his brain, okay? And use this idea for my own life. And I think that's Ronald Reagan, right? Use this idea for my own life. Oh no, that was the old the tall hat guy. What's his name? Abraham. Yeah. Okay. For Elliot, he didn't really come up with the cartoon character, but it was really good speech. He beat around, build strength, appreciate Disney artistry, and I just don't have the good cartoon character. I don't know. I just thought that was good. That he described. I couldn't come up with a good character. Oh, you know what? Hun didn't make a speech, but it was after the session. She said she went to an interview and she described herself as a grape. A grape is delicious. It's a cluster of teamwork, and you can make wine, which ages as you mature. And I thought, wow, I'm going to use that for my next interview.
Good.
Paressa's speech, her title is really good. Do you know who you are? And I'm still discovering myself. And you mentioned I was programmed not to ask questions. I thought you were going to go to conspiracy theory thing, but it didn't go there. So, yeah, programmed not to ask questions. And Jim, I really like when you said it was the loudest sound heard in history. I mean, I don't know if you could hear that in another country, but I just, it was a picture in my mind. I like that. It was dark in the sky for 3 days. That was another imagery that I like what you said. fascinating sunset. You know, I'm always going to be walking around in a museum thinking about this fascinating sunset related to earthquake. Helen Zhu, you just had so many good words. I think you're the winner for today. ChatGPT. ChatGPT. I use that every single day for every single one of my emails. What can I say? I mean, you mentioned a lot of other things I have in DeepSeek. I'm gonna work on it. Use picture to generate a video. I'm gonna try that too. Learning is never too late. I always thought, oh, it's too late for me. You know what? But it's never too late, and I'm so encouraged. It's never ending. Growth mindset. Yes, I want a growth mindset. Challenge is seen as opportunity. Sometimes I get really stressed and my body breaks up in cold sweat or things that I need to do. So I really like that. Challenge is seen as opportunity. Fear of being late. I don't know about being late, but I like that. Age is just a number. I love that too. AI has transformed the way we learn, and it was shocking for me that the lady lost her job or the designer lost her job. Embrace the learning journey. Every failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. I just thought that was great too. Learning new things sharpen our mind and increase our confidence. Yes, that's me. Learning new things sharpen our minds and increase our confidence. And I'm sure this all came from ChatGPT because it's just so great. You won. You won for the most quotes and thoughts and words saying for today. Thank you very much.
I'd like to add a little bit of things if you have 1 minute.
Please.
Because ChatGPT and the DeepSeek are broke, even though they are so great, but they couldn't get one math questions, like a third grade questions. I give you 2 8s and 2 6. I want you to come out to number 24. I think everybody can come out very quickly. You can get me that numbers. How do you get that after the meeting? But I did ask ChatGPT or DeepSeek to give me the wrong answer. More than 5 times, all the answer is wrong. So they are not like everything, but you do have the logics. Just this simple question they couldn't answer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I forgot when at the beginning I tried to introduce these questions because that's the questions I used to play with my kids when they were under like 3rd grade. Yeah, so it's 24 points. So the 2 6 and the 2 8, you make the number 24. We call the 24 points. I used to place card from 1 to 10 to get the 24 points. Anybody can get the answer. How to get the 24? The easiest way.
6 times 6 is 36. And then
You can use addition, division, multiplication, anything you want.
Oh.
Yes. Sorry about the interruption, but it's a fun game. I love it so much.
Wow.
That's why
We'll
I
try
try
it.
to ask ChatGPT. DeepSeek, they couldn't get that answer.
6 times 8 is 48. And then
The easiest for me, I always tell my son, don't do it. Just come with the easiest 24 is 3 times 8 is 24. How do you get 3? And how you get 8? So then you're easy to get. And another is 4 times 6 is 24. So when he couldn't get that, I said, 3, 8, 24. And I said, how can you get it? I said, when I see 8, I always comes out with 3 times 8 is 24. When I see 6, I always come out with 4 times 6 is 24. So try it.
start.
That's good. No, that's education. You need.
It's very
I
deep.
try that myself when I'm adding numbers. So actually be handy for me. Okay, so I will. Okay, I think now the timer and everything. So you'll give the vote to the Toastmaster afterwards, and then you'll keep that. So I'll just give the general evaluation of the meeting. So we started out early and we were good on time, and then we kind of did the speeches. We had about 3 speeches, so we were kind of over time. But I don't mind that because I think that this night was special because Joy was here. And
Yes.
we did give her a little bit more time to express herself. She was badly missed for these last 3 months, so I'm willing to go overtime for you, Joy.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind.
So it's not
Thank you
a
for
problem for me
allowing
at
me.
all. I think all the guests, well, we didn't have too many guests, but for the most part, everybody was welcomed and everybody was familiar with the agenda. My apologies, my bad, because I didn't print out the agenda, so I had to write it in the board. Which I think it worked out in the end, so that was good. The Toastmaster did an excellent job. You know, this is her first time. She took control. I didn't have to tell her anything. She pretty much was in charge, and that's what we want. We want the Toastmaster to be in charge, not the president. So she pretty much instinctually knew, and she did her job very well. I think overall, like the meeting went well. I think that we all are kind of used to our roles and we have the rhythm down, and we're getting to know time a little bit better. Obviously, there's a few hiccups that we have, but overall, I think that we're getting the rhythm down of the meeting, because I think a few months ago we were kind of struggling about the structure and all that stuff. I know Elliot would tell us a few things about the structure and we would try to implement it. Obviously, there's room for improvement that we have to do, but I think we've made improvements enough to say that we weren't where we were 6-7 months ago, and I know that we have more room to grow. So yeah, I think overall this meeting went fairly well, and I know that the next meetings will be even better because I think we all know exactly what we need to do going forward. So yes, well, that's my assessment. I will go and give the floor back to Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you everyone. It's the time when we got the vote. Now we have the best speaker for table topic. It will be Grace.
Take picture.
Which one?
Table
This one?
topics.
It's gonna be there.
Oh,
Oh, it's not there yet.
Oh, there it is. I think it's on the outside there. Yeah, right there.
Yay,
Look over here.
Thank you.
Okay.
And we have the best speaker today. We have 2.
So we have the icebreaker and the speaker.
Icebreakers.
No,
Icebreakers.
they got the same vote.
There was a
Both
tie.
Jim and Hannah.
they got a tie?
Yeah.
We had a couple votes for the icebreaker in the. So we had
3 altogether.
we had 15 total votes, I believe. 6 and 6 and 3. Is that right? Can you do your math, Drew? So yeah, it was 6 for Helen, 6 for Jim. Or Jeff. And 3 for
Both winners.
Go for it.
2 winners.
2 winners, yes. 2.
No losers.
No losers today. So you guys can put it together, yeah. It's a first.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
Who says it's a zero-sum game?
Yeah, put you in the middle.
You guys are so good.
Yeah, you're both good.
Okay, look over here. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. And now it's the time to know the best event.
Oh, yeah, the icebreaker.
We also have the please, for the icebreaker. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Thank you. And our best evaluator today is Ellie. Yes. Very impressive. I was wondering, is he forgot the vocal variety? I was about to
demonstrated it.
remind you. Well deserved.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
And thank you everyone for your participation. Thanks Jenny for the very interesting question for the typical topics. And I was impressed by our speaker, the icebreaker, the James volcano, and the learning for Helen, and also the icebreaker. And also I was impressed about the evaluation, Owen and Alice, especially Alice. Very impressive. And also I want to say thank you to Helen Young. Yeah, a very good grammarian. Very good job for the grammarian. Yeah, so a very good example for us. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Han.
Good job, Hong.
That's wonderful because, you know, Ressa Han like just stepped up and now they're doing roles that you wouldn't really want them to do early on, but they're doing it and it's wonderful to see. So thank you, and Kiara as well. She's a great help. And, you guys are indispensable for our group, and we're lucky to have you. So really want you to know that. So we have one or two guests. So Lynn, I'd like to ask your opinion about what you thought of the meeting. I know you probably graded us harshly, right?
I think that most of the people I know were good. I enjoyed them, and I enjoyed yours because I've been to St. Helen, and it was kind of neat to see. And everybody, you know, did a good job. Just keep what you're doing, and you'll eventually learn more and do well. That's,
Okay. Thank you. Well, Joy, I'd like to ask your opinion about what you thought, since you're an expert.
Well, you know what I would like. You know what I like to hear. I haven't been here, but I don't know if you've done this. It'll just take just like maybe 30 seconds. Answer, please. I would love to know what brought you to Toastmasters, why you here, and now that you've had a couple meetings in, how do you feel? I'll just kind of point. So, Prasa, and then Brady, and then Hong. I just want to kind of hear.
what brought me here to Toastmasters?
Oh, what's keeping you here? What do you like about it? Two-pronged question.
Okay, so what brought me here is I want to get better at public speaking because, again, I wasn't taught to speak up, so I would like to get better. And what's keeping me here, I love the environment. Like, you guys welcomed me here. I feel very, like, at home.
Yeah.
At home. So it's like, I feel comfortable speaking to all of you, and I wasn't shaky as I did my very first time a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
So I feel very comfortable here.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Brady.
Yeah, so I'm here, the short reason is because Helen invited me. And Helen and her husband own a company that I work for. The longer answer is I've always wanted to come here. I've always known that my inability to be in command of myself in front of a group is limiting, and so I've wanted to do what I can to mitigate that and get better at it. But also I think, like, the other thing that I was surprised about the group is, like, I don't get together with a lot of strangers physically, and you know, it's like, to the extent I interact with strangers, it's in a business capacity or it's digitally. So it's really nice to just meet people and spend time with them. We don't do that enough. So
We're
that's
kinda,
what.
we're kind of nice, right?
Yeah. So it's a combination of things. But yeah.
I love it. I'm so glad you're here. And Hong.
Hi, I have been in US for 10 years, but in the first 7 years, most of the time I work in the lab. I just do my experiment, do my research. I barely communicate with people in English. And 3 years ago, I got a job in industry, but that's a Chinese company. So basically, we just speak Mandarin. And recently, I think last year, by the end of last year, I changed a new job, and all the people around me is native speaker. Then I realized that I need to do something to improve my spoken English. This is why I was here. And I do like here. While I was here, actually it's my supervisor. He suggested me to be here, and I was very excited. I said, oh, I should know this place earlier. I really enjoy it, and I give myself 2 years to do something here. Yeah, we'll see. Thank you.
Oh, you know what, and one more, I'm sorry, I forgot, I didn't mean to exclude you. Kiara, like, what brings you here?
Yeah, well, since I was in school and then in university, I always used to hide from presentations. So I think this is like an opportunity to practice because I have two challenges, like to be in the front and speak, and then because English is my second language, so this is kind of new for me to practice it. So I think this is a good environment to practice, and I really like to open and speak to you and see if I can be like you
Yeah,
and grow.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so glad. While I was here, like all these new people, so it's just exciting. I haven't met you, so thank you. That was for me a little selfish.
Oh no,
It's
it's
okay.
all good.
Yeah, so I suspect I probably should have done that since you haven't been here for a while. So.
Got your back. So now you know.
Yeah. See that?
We're a team. Teamwork to make the dream work,
That's
baby.
right. So, okay, so I guess now what I'll do is I'll do the agenda for next meeting and then I'll have closing remarks. So, does anybody want to do?
8 we still have time.
Wow.